Some news stories from Ethiopia and Eritrea for you. First viewers, Human Rights Watch International Organization has lodged a complaint against Eritrea. The complaint has been lodged with African Union, with the Committee of African Union, African Committee of Experts on Rights of Child, ACERWC. Human Rights Watch has lodged a complaint with this body. What is the purpose of lodging this complaint against Eritrea? Secondly, Addis Ababa University has passed some written orders. I informed you in previous videos about ongoing Oromo, Amhara ethnic tensions at the university campus. Now, the university has passed written orders, written instructions prohibiting use of Ethiopian flag without star sign and some other instructions. And lastly, viewers, Tigrayans are going through a very hard time who want to connect with the outside world, who want to make a phone call, who want to receive some money. Tigray under a siege, under a blackout, banking service closed, communication services closed. But on Tigray, Amhara border areas, Tigrayans can receive these services like making a phone call, like receiving some money. But the costs are extremely high, extremely high. Firstly, viewers, Eritrea, Human Rights Watch, International Human Rights Body has filed a complaint against Eritrean government. The complaint has been lodged with the Committee of African Union. HRW, Human Rights Watch, says that Eritrean government is involved in violating children's rights. Rights of children are being violated through indefinite national service. Human Rights Watch says that when an Eritrean student enters final year of 12th grade, secondary school, he or she, they are forced into military training. They are sent to Sawa military training. Now, some of them are not 18-year-old when they are sent to Sawa. And final year of secondary school exam, they have to pass at Sawa. So, they have to undergo military training and they have to pass secondary school exam as well through Sawa. It's mandatory for all students who enter their final year of secondary school education. HRW says that it's a violation of basic human rights of children. You cannot associate secondary school education and military training. Both should be separate. Secondly, underage children below 18 are forced into Sawa training. And thirdly, some children, they fail their classes because they don't want to be into final year of secondary school exam. Teachers, they are also serving indefinite national service periods. And students who undergo military training at Sawa are the victims of physical punishments. They are ill-treated, they are beaten, and then after the military service, they have to work in some government institution for years. Let's see how African Union's committee will respond to this complaint of HRW. Eritrean government, through its information minister, has released a statement about this complaint of HRW. Yemane Gebremeskel, who is information minister of Eritrea, he firstly criticized African Union's committee, ACERWC. He says, why did ACERWC allow HRW to file a complaint? HRW, other bodies should not be allowed to file any such complaints, and there must be amendments in the rules of ACERWC. And secondly, he has shared a long statement to justify national service in Eritrea. He says that in 1992, when Eritrea gained independence, it had around 100,000 EPLF fighters. 65% of them were demobilized. Eritrea was not in a position to maintain a large army, so it started national service, which was 6-month military training and 12-month work in some government department. But after the war of 1998, when Ethiopia invaded Eritrea, things changed, and Eritrean government had to expand the duration of military training and national service. He says that this national service is a way of creating national cohesion in Eritrea. Eritrea is a multi-ethnic, multicultural, multi-religious society. This national service creates national unity, and he says that now some salary package has also been announced for these national service people, for the students who are in national service. He claims that the persons in national service are not sent to work in commercial enterprises. They can work with NGOs, but not in commercial enterprises. Now, Human Rights Watch says that there must be disassociation of secondary school education and Sawa military training. If Eritrea wants to continue its national service, it can, because there is national service in several countries of the world. The problem is that Eritrea has associated secondary school education with military training. So if you don't enter Sawa military training, you cannot pass 12th grade exam. That is the main concern which is being shown by Human Rights Watch. Human Rights Watch says that teachers who are working indefinitely in national service, they must also be heard. They have the reservations, and investigations should be launched against instructors at Sawa Military Training Center who are involved in physical abuse, in physical punishments against students who enter this training center in the final year of their secondary school education. Eritrea is defending its national service. It does not want to change, though we know that now Eritrea-Ethiopia relations have improved considerably. Now Eritrea cannot say that entire Ethiopia is against Eritrean government of Isaias Afwerki. Isaias Afwerki, PM Abiy, they have close ties, they are friends, not just neighbors. Now Eritrea should amend rules regarding national service, and students below 18 undergoing training, suffering physical trauma, physical abuse, that must be stopped. There must be disassociation of secondary school education and training, Sawa military training. National service can continue as it is in some other countries. Second, viewers, Addis Ababa University has passed some orders, written orders. You can see a letter from Addis Ababa University. It has now been officially confirmed that the university has banned the use of Ethiopian flags, green, yellow, red flags will not be displayed on university campus. It has been made clear by the university. Secondly, anyone who holds or wears cloth with flag but without star sign will also be arrested, detained, terminated. So the university does not want any flag without star sign. which could create controversy among Oromo and Amhara students. I have been updating you about this thing. Dozens of students from both sides are in custody. Situation is far from being peaceful. Amhara students say that they have a right to wear whatever color they want to wear. No one can stop them. The university has passed some orders. Let's see. We could see involvement of political parties as well if this conflict goes on. There must be a solution to this problem. We know that in Ethiopian Amhara region, people frequently use Ethiopian flag without star sign. We have seen flags without star sign during Adwa celebrations as well. The university is banning, which is banned according to Ethiopian law as well. Someone told me that if you go against instructions about Ethiopian flag, it's a crime, it's an offense. Thirdly, we have Tigrayans who want to make a phone call, who want to receive money from somewhere outside Tigray, are the victims of a mafia which is operating on a Tigray-Amhara border. We know that Tigray is still under siege. Mobile communications cut off, mobile networks shut down, internet services shut down, banking service closed. But on Tigray-Amhara border, in some areas, Tigrayans are able to make a phone call. They're able to receive money. Reportedly in Alamata and in Arata, there are telecommunication networks which are working in some areas. So Tigrayans from Mekelle, from other parts of Tigray, they travel to these border areas where they pay high prices to make a phone call or to receive money from other cities of Ethiopia. It is being said that Tigrayans receive only half of the money sent to them. Half amount is taken by those who are operating these networks. Secondly, the price of making a phone call is extremely high. You have to wait for hours, for days for your turn. And the cost of travel from Mekelle to Alamata has increased a lot too. 700 Ethiopian birrs are being charged for travel from Mekelle to Alamata. It means some transporters could be involved as well because they are charging so much for travel from Mekelle to Alamata. And these transporters could be Tigrayans. But on Tigray-Amhara border, in border areas, we're being told that most of the persons involved are government security forces, Ethiopian government security forces, and people living in border areas who could be mostly Amharas. So Tigrayans are the victims of the siege which is still ongoing. They cannot receive money. They receive only half the money. They have to pay very high prices to make a phone call. They have to wait for days sometimes. They have to stay for 4 to 5 days at hotels in Alamata where they pay high prices for their stay. So overall, there is disaster in Tigray, viewers. I have been updating you about that. People say, Saji, you're supporting Tigray. I ain't supporting Tigray, but people in Tigray are suffering. Ruling class does not suffer when there is peace. Yes, ruling class of Tigray suffered when there was war. Now, those who are suffering, they are common Tigrayans. And they are Ethiopians. It is the responsibility of Ethiopian government, other regional governments to support Tigrayans. Otherwise, this thing cannot go on like this. You would see a backlash, you would see some negative consequences in coming days. Thanks for watching.